Hey yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and WWE 2K21 is officially cancelled. However, it's been indicated that we could be getting a replacement for that game this year. That WWE 2K is still going to give us a new WWE wrestling game, but that is going to have a non-simulation gameplay style. So it's set to play very different than the regular release WWE 2K games. So with that said, on this video, let's talk about the 3 best WWE 2K21 replacement options that 2K games could give us this year. Climb the top rope and let's get into it. The first option is something that we've been asking for quite a while now, ever since the release of WWE All-Star, and that is WWE All-Star 2. It's hard to disagree on the fact that this was one of WWE best arcade games that was just so different than what we were getting. In contrast to the simulation-based WWE SmackDown vs. Raw series, WWE All-Star came out and honestly surprised a lot of us because of that difference that it had. It truly featured an arcade-style gameplay with just crazy over-the-top animation that we will never get to see on a regular WWE game. Everything was obviously exaggerating, from reversing a move from landing a frog splash that is 5 times as high as Eddie Guerrero could deliver it, but as a gamer, being able to actually do that was freaking awesome. Or the move, the combo, the signatures, the finishers, and so on, it was all there, but everything was just with a fresh feel to it. Even its fantasy warfare game mode, which, let's be honest, it's fairly easy for them to develop, but it was still fun to go through. So imagine WWE All-Star 2 with the current massive roster that WWE has right now. All-Star roster wasn't really all that big, so adding more superstars that are currently in the product and that 2K games have rights for would only make for a game that we really want to see, because it means there are going to be more content, more moves, more crazy animations, and just a changing pace of course everything that we've been getting over the last couple of years, which is pure simulation. Up next on the list is WWE Brawl, a game that was announced right before WrestleMania 27. This was supposed to be THQ's follow-up to WWE All-Star. It was supposed to be their next arcade game, while of course they continue to work on the regular WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, or by that time it already became WWE 12 and WWE 13, since this was supposed to be released sometime around 2013 or 2012. Unfortunately, a couple of months after it was announced, THQ removed all mentions of it and we never really heard of it. We just know that it was cancelled, one of the major reasons being THQ's financial problems, which ultimately led to 2K acquiring the WWE video game license. 2K took over and the THQ that we knew from before was all gone. It just simply became something else. Now, we don't necessarily know what happened to whatever was developed of that game. Maybe it was passed down to 2K, and if they still have it somewhere in a gorilla position, it might be a good idea to just finish it off and give it to us. We got to see a lot of gameplay of it. It continued to be brought up over the year because of how unique it is. I mean, you're fighting in a police station or just in the middle of the street, and the game lets you interact with almost everything so that you could just throw at your opponent and hit them with. It was really all mayhem. One of the things that stood out the most was its unique art style to each of their superstars and its environment. And if you thought that All-Star was actually an exaggeration, well, WWE Brawl took it to a whole nother level, because throwing someone across the room really felt like you were Superman. In the end, WWE Brawl felt like it was going to be some sort of like Super Smash Bros version of WWE, but with even more craziness added to it into the roster. So for these first 2 options that we mentioned, if 2K really wanted to give us a non-simulation game, they have to go on the route that WWE Brawl and WWE All-Star delivered, because if they tone it down, there's going to be a lot of complaints. cards. And for the last option that we are discussing, and this is gonna be a long shot, pretty much like the first two options anyways, but what if this is finally the year that we get one of the classics remaster? The one that obviously comes to mind right away is SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. And the biggest issue that I see being brought up is that they're just not gonna be able to get the license for every single superstar to be in there that were in it back when the game came out. But the best workaround to that is they already have licensing for over 200 superstars in the current games. So why not just remaster SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, or at least give us something similar to it, but with the current roster? I wouldn't mind seeing SmackDown Here Comes the Pain current roster edition or volume 2 or just something like that, so that we can still get that experience of that game but with current superstars, some of which I'm sure they could actually go out and still get the license for. If they were to do this, again, there's no need to change the gameplay style of it, because that is literally the best part of it. It is so arcadey. We are able to just do things so freely in that game that it's just mind-boggling how some stuff that we're able to do there we're not able to do in the current games. So if we still want to jump off the SmackDown fist, please still let us do that. Literally don't change anything, just swap the superstars out for the current ones, leave the ones that you're able to, and of course fix up the graphics a little bit so that it feels like we're getting our money worth when it does comes out. Now I understand that this is not as easy as it sounds. There's more to just the licensing. There's the right that 2K needs to even think about remastering any type of game. So I'm just going off with the hope that maybe 2K acquire those type of rights, codings and so on from THQ/Ukes from when they were developing these past games. And right now we could only cross our fingers that that is the case and that the options are there. So those are the three styles of game that I feel like 2K games should be taking a look at for the replacement that they're trying to develop. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below of what you would like to see. I will catch you on the next one, so stay savage.